All right, everyone. Welcome back to Kings of Media, the Dungeons and Peanuts section of it. Today we're doing a audio only section to do a little bit of a recap for the Aventara campaign. Because it's been a while since we've been in that one, so we wanted to catch you guys all up with some, I guess you could call it spark notes of what has happened in the last 10 sessions, which is really crazy that it's been 10 sessions. One of them was a session 0 that was not recorded. So that is also why we're doing this recap, so you guys can know what happened behind the scenes and give you a little bit of refresh before the next episode.
Yeah, pretty much starting off with session 0, we kind of pan to me and Kiyoskibi because he's the one that found me dead in my destroyed village. And that's how we kind of teamed up and set off together. And then, not quite sure how it happened, but Duger fell along with us, and we just started traveling together until one day, I guess is a better way of saying it, I was in the city, this little village market, and a knight on a horse rode up to me and handed me a letter. At the time, I didn't know what it was, but it was kind of like mentioning to where we needed to head in next, and I took Duger and Kiyoskibi with me to go find out.
Yeah, a bit of like a cryptic message that had instructions of finding a weapon and finding someone that could give them travel, where we pan and turn over to Flynn, who was in the market of Dragonhorn, just shopping when he got a letter to look out for these 3 individuals and to give them passage into the Dragon Sea to help them find what they were looking for. And so that's how they kind of met up together. Flynn was on the lookout, found a giant man in clad armor, and was like, that probably is the guy, so we're gonna follow him. And then Duger got himself into trouble by stealing some mithril from the local scrapyard, so he went to jail. Flynn didn't want to have any of that, so he kind of avoided the whole situation. I think everyone avoided that.
Yeah, it was kind of funny how he just somehow stumbled upon a flying shipwreck and just stole it and then somehow got away. And then it's ironic because our main lawful character, Kiyoskibi, turned him in after he figured out what exactly happened, which sucked, or was hilarious more than anything. And then while Duger was in jail.
Yeah, Duger was in jail. Flynn was like, let's go talk with Mr. Mr. Jin, which actually Burning Whisper talked to first.
Well, yeah, while this was all happening, I was like, you know what? I want to go find a cool sword dude. And so I went and tried to scan the local sword shops, but found information about Mr. Jin.
That's not Mr. Jin, it's just Jin, but we like to call him Mr. Jin.
I call him Mr. Jin.
The whole table calls him Mr. Jin now.
We do now, but he was just called Jin. And I showed up to this bar, being told that's where he likes to hang out, and I just started drinking. And this guy right next to me was just fully drunk already and wanted gin of all things. So I was just like, yeah, who are you? His name's Jin. And I was like, oh, well,
this is the guy.
Let me buy this man some alcohol. So he drank. And then we got kicked out and broke. Actually, I never paid for it. So awesome.
Yeah, he drank it away. And then I talked with Kiyoskibi during that whole thing, try to figure out what the deal was. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, let me go find some details out. So I went and found Mr. Gin afterward, who was flat out drunk.
Passed out in an alleyway. So.
Yeah, Finn stole a coin from him. I searched his body and I found a bronze ring with a dragon wing on it. So I took that. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't kill him because he had like black blood and black popping out veins, and it was really scary.
Yeah, that was kind of just happened when he started touching him. Well, that's a word. But he started touching him, and then he started seizing out.
I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Protruding in his skin and in his eyes, and started screaming prophecy.
Yeah, and then that was just the end of session 1, or session 0. And then we go into session 1, where we kind of pick up right there, and I go trying to talk to the guards. I'm like, hey, he's died, you can help us. But the guards are like, go home, you're drunk. Like, I don't like anything. So I have a really bad time with officers.
Cops hate him.
They do. They don't believe a word I say.
Either the campaign's racist or David.
No,
he's not. He's not racist.
But I just had really bad rules with it, and so they couldn't help me.
Unlucky.
So I went back to Kiyoskivi and Burning Whisper to try to figure out what's going on.
All that was happening while Duger he changed his appearance. I think he had a disguise kit or something.
Yeah.
And literally the cop fell for it. And he's like, "What the heck are you doing? You're not supposed to be here." And he was acting like a Karen. He's like, "I'm not supposed to be here. You're all in prison. You're not supposed to be here." And he got
out of jail.
He got out of jail, compensated.
Yeah.
And then he made his way back to us.
It was the first natural 20 for that session. And so it was just like, you get away scot-free. And like, no, yeah, because he rolled a natural 20, and I rolled a natural 1 on my side.
Yep.
So it was just the flip of everything. But we all get out of there. I lead everyone to Mr. Ginn, and it turns out that his body is like radiating this weird anti-magic.
And black goo.
Yeah, because we tried taking him to a cleric, and the cleric tries touching and healing him, and then he starts.
No, I think we just brought a cleric.
I swear we dragged him up somewhere.
No, we didn't, because he died on the spot.
That's right.
Yeah, so like, Eli or
Flynn,
right, went and touched him again, trying to wake him up or something like that. And then he started seizing even harder. And then Eli started seasoning.
He
started seizing too. And then
Stevie
touched him and started seizing. Or trying to help Flynn. And then Duger touched Q trying to seize. So he started seizing. And then I'm just looking at this. I'm like, I have a better idea. And I walk up to
kicking
Mr. Jin, and I did I kick him, or did I just like
I think you
touched
kicked
him
him or picked him up or something. You did something.
Or did I just touch him with my sword? Because it was like magic related, and my sword made magic.
No, because you didn't have the sword yet.
That's right. Never mind.
So
my bad.
You just kicked him.
I don't think I kicked him. No,
You picked him up or something. And
yes, I just picked him up. I kind of like cradled him.
And so we all stopped seizing. We're like, okay, get that away from us, because we all are magic. We don't like that.
They didn't realize it at the time, but whatever the black goo was affected magic villagers, and I'm the only one that doesn't have magic, and so I was able to touch him and not have any negative effects.
It's crazy time.
And then he died.
Yeah, he died.
And then he like shriveled up and disappeared.
Yeah, his body decayed and stuff. It was really sad.
It was like one of those like, what the frick just happened?
It was very. I feel like there's some trauma there for Flynn. Honestly,
from what?
From Mr. Ginn just dying and then seizing and then him seizing and then his body just decaying in this weird prophecy. Like there was just a lot that happened right there.
That's fair. And then we kept going.
Yeah,
we kind of ignored.
We kind of ignore
all we kind of ignore all these emotions and mental issues build up throughout this entire time, and then we find a ship.
Yeah, we found the ship finally.
It's in session 2 actually.
No, we're still in session 1.
Oh.
We got a crew. We figured out that the letter that said to come find me also had a map and like a prophecy kind of thing of where the sword is.
Yep. Which was at the heart of the dragons.
Yeah, which is really hard to sail into. So we found a captain.
Yeah,
Captain
no one wanted to sail with us because it was a suicide mission pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Captain Silk was like this, like,
it's Air Genasi captain, very much.
She would have a very lighthearted like mentality as well, and
yeah,
super upbeat. And we definitely knew her crewmates were definitely going to betray everyone else at some point.
Had my eye on them from the beginning. Did not trust them.
Complete opposites of the captain as well.
Yeah.
And as we were sailing, I was like, you know what? I hear there's some gambling down below, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it a little extra cool.
Oh my gosh! So he goes down into like below deck and play some drinking games, some gambling games
with their toughest, most scariest looking crewmen. Unfazed, by the way. I just start hammering,
and he won
130 gold, baby. Remember that. Drinking pays off.
But he also woke up with the worst hangover ever because he was like halfly blind.
I was half blind. And then we got attacked.
Yeah, they attacked us.
Because we were showing up to the island in like an hour or something like best.
Yeah, like, oh, we're almost here. It's like, how did you find the way here? It's like, oh, this really cool map you light with fire. And it's like taking it.
Yeah, we before I started drinking, I think, I was in the reactor room with Peter, and he wanted to use the power from that for supercharge. And we figured out that flame or heat showed the hidden ink on my milk that I got. Getting a real more accurate map of where the sword was. And anyways, we're back to fighting.
Yeah, started fighting. Started blasting. The fight went kind of well, and then Burning Whisper started to die.
Well, what happened is that I was surrounded by 4 enemies, while everyone else was like 2v1 the enemies. I was surrounded. And I get down to like 5, 8, 10 HP or something. I was like, guys, I have an idea. I look at them all, I'm like, David, how far away? I'm going to crash the boat. He's like, what? And so I jump over these barrels and do a front flip over the handrail. Get stabbed for 9 HP. So I have 1 HP at this little, the steering. I was like, I crashed the boat and I go,
crashes the ship, scares all of us. Luckily, the main cast and crew survive, but the other pirates get thrown overboard. And then I throw a lightning ball into the water and shock them.
Yes, it was quite intense.
Oh, and then also we fought someone because the ship exploded. Because we crashed it, but then the reactor blew up.
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah, everyone else died.
Yeah, that was
Because Duger and Yuskibi were in the reactor with the big dude.
That's one of the,
Yeah, he blew it up.
and the guy blew it up and everyone else somehow. And then, luckily, the heart of the Dragon Sea was only like, I don't know, 50 feet above the water.
Yeah.
So we climbed up some vines to get up on top.
So we escaped. Sylph survived.
Yeah, she was knocked out. We took her with us because she was the only person who
Yeah. So we took her with us. We made it onto the island of the Dragon Sea. Island of the Dragon Sea.
the
Heart of the Dragon Sea. We found the place, and we only had like a few hours to figure out the sword. We stuck forever.
Yeah, we had this whole time we had like 24-hour time limit, and it
48.
was 24. And
Yeah,
it took
shorter.
us 22 hours or 20 hours to sail there in the first place.
So we didn't have a lot of
So we
time.
had 4 hours to find this sword and get off before we're stranded there for like another 1,000 years, 100 years. Yeah.
So we get on the island. We go through like a waterfall and go into like a dungeon. Then we have to fight some beetles and scarabs. And then we also have to figure out some puzzles. There was one puzzle where like there were pictures. I remember that one.
Yeah.
We figure out what the pictures meant. And then there was a mechanical puzzle that almost killed us as well.
It wasn't a puzzle, it was a monster.
Yeah, but it was like we had to get in there, take an item, and get out. But every time we tried, the thing would just attack us really fast.
Well, the same thing was with the golden beetles.
True.
And the first one, I was just like, no, screw it. Just run in there and run out with the thing while everyone else is being consumed by these beetles. They're so awesome. And then Duger and Q3 were themselves on fire.
Yeah. Because they were all up in their armor and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, I'll just light myself on fire.
And then when we got to the mechanical snake room, Duger had the awesome idea of riding on the underbelly of Golty and using Golty as the main kind of focus for the snake. And as it ran around in a circle, he would jump off, grab the thing,
Run back in.
chuck it back, because whoever was touching it, the snake would gain like priority up. So he'd chuck it back, and I would catch it, and we just got out, and Golty and Duger ran out. It was freaking sweet.
Yeah. That was some good times.
Then we put all the little puzzle pieces into the giant door.
And we found a giant hollow dragon. We're like, oh, cool. We have like low HP, no spells, so we're gonna have to fight this dragon. Cool. So the dragon is like, hey, so you want my sword here? Let me just make you relive your trauma. So it makes us go.
Yeah, so actually what happened is if you touched any of the gold or something, the dragon reanimated from a pile of gold and bones into like a giant brass dragon. And I was sneaking up trying to like, I forgot what I was
You're
trying
to like pull an Aladdin and take the sword.
Yes, I was trying to pull an Aladdin and then a Boo in the back with the rug.
It was Duger though.
It was Duger, which was a Boo grabbing and chewing on emeralds, dude.
You grabbed something that you thought was super fresh. It was mythical.
Yeah, it was
We were loves to
And then at that moment,
The dragon woke up and it's like, so let me see if you're worthy of this sword.
you start testing your character.
Yeah, he made us go through like different tests to see if we could save people.
Yes,
Or
that's right.
because there's the first one where he could see if he would save some poor lady or continuing the race. And Duger saved her. But everyone else was focused on the
Oh, we
race.
ran off.
We were going.
Well,
I
the
saw what was it, Gabriel in there, like, oh no, I'm not good. Because he's my arch nemesis.
Yes. And then what was the second puzzle? We were all on this giant one single thing platform. Something started helping us again.
Yeah, we tried to fight together or something.
And then it was a matter of like if you would like heal your teammates kind of.
Yeah, if you would help them out.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where we thought, no, because before that, we saw our backstories, where we each kind of learned everyone's how they came about. We learned about Burning Whisper,
Mostly
the last one.
Mostly Burning Whisper and how he's the only survivor from the town Burning Whisper. And then, did we learn a little bit about you?
Yeah, because Flynn is the only survivor from his pirate crew.
Yeah.
So we learned that bit about him. I don't remember a lot about
anything from Hugh or Huger.
What I remember from hearing it is that
Flynn.
Huger was living in like the Undermountains with the Yorgard dwarves.
Yeah.
And he escaped. And then Q Scooby is still a mystery. He was trying to figure out what his thing was.
We still don't know much about him, even though I traveled around with him for a few months. Just me and Q, you know.
Just in the cute.
And well, after I kind of learned the backstories and went through those trials. They're like, okay, here's the sword, and I got the sword because I don't have any magic in me, and the sword is anti-magic. Kind of what is it called? Little Asta sword. I forgot the enemy for some reason, but I remember.
Yeah, Black Clover.
Black Clover. That's
A little bit of anti-magic sword. He got that, and so the dragon's like, here, go away. And sends us to the island where my girlfriend, fiance, we're still determining the terms here, is. So like, oh, cool.
bad relationship.
Relationship, right? So we get to the island. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go find her. This is really weird that we made it here. But the island was under attack by Gabriel and the monsters from Burning Whisper's first counterattack.
Yes. And the whole time it was kind of testing us to kind of like give in to the anger and the power and just go full rage mode on them.
Full rage mode.
At first, constantly Flynn didn't give in, and he just
Unalived Gabriel.
in an unclimactic.
Yeah, it was like, I stabbed him. Alright, he's dead now. Like, oh,
And then
wait a minute, this isn't real.
I tried to do the same thing with my bad guy, but then he just wouldn't let me.
He was too strong.
He wasn't too strong. David just wouldn't let me. Okay. And then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna force you. Like, this is what David was. I'm gonna force you to do this. I was like, fine. I'll just give in. And I activated some sort of special power from the sword and
Sword went nuclear.
activated a black hole. And then everyone tried to murder me, and they were successful in knocking me out.
Yeah.
And then it didn't go out, and then the dragon's like, this is what happens if you give in to the anger.
Oh, we also saw prophecy afterwards, too.
Yeah.
It was like the dragon said, oh, you were destined to meet each other, or like some prophecy of us fighting something big later down the
A
line.
little stereotypical, like, always fast.
So we saw that, and then the dragon's like, alright, you're good. No more tests. You're free to go. And we found the Scarlet Tempest on the way out. My old ship.
Your ship that you wanted to use for character development?
Yeah, my ship is back, so Flynn
Came
seems
out of
really
nowhere.
happy.
It was awesome.
I know, it's completely empty, but ship is a ship to get off the road.
That is true.
So we got off, and we made our way to Sylph's hometown. So that was pretty nice, a whole lot. We made it to Sylph's hometown, where we all decided to take a little bit of a rest and just get some food.
Sorry.
We also figured out that Sylph was actually Captain Zephyr's sister. So that just changed a whole lot for Flynn. And he's like, oh crap, you're related to Captain Zephyr, who I saw as a father figure. So in his head, he's like, you are not my sister. Because, no, like, an aunt.
I rolled 2d10s and it was a tell you right now, this is a success. Don't explain it. If you know, you know, right?
You know.
Well, as soon as we get back, we meet the tavern that Sylph was kind of like adopted into. She gets framed, and the people in the town, someone killed the mayor and framed Sylph with one of the blazes open, and the cops came and tried to arrest her. And
Flynn was stupid and acted. Okay, not even defense, but he was just stupid. Where he's like, "Oh my gosh, she's in trouble. A family member that I just gained. I can't lose them." So he freezes the cops, runs away.
he didn't even run away.
He hid in the bush, and everyone else was like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on here?"
And so they were trying to get Sylph, and Sylph was upstairs, and so all the guards went upstairs to get Sylph. Q isn't doing anything because he's a man of the law. He's like, yeah, Sylph should go to prison. Duger, I forgot what Duger did.
I think he tried blocking the back entrance.
He did.
Connections. You're gonna take my my monkey friend with you, so I can keep an eye on you, and then we're gonna go here. And so Flynn, still not smart, tries to go with the rest of the crew to the guard station, and tries to disguise himself. He's like, "Oh crap, they'll recognize me because I attacked the guards." So he tries to make himself look like a homeless person, fails the performance check, and they realize that it's Flynn.
Extremely bad.
Initiative starts, and Flynn's like, "You know what? It's not worth it. I turned myself in." Everyone at the table was surprised.
Oh, yeah, we were extremely surprised. Like, what?
What are you doing? I'm like, I turned myself in. I don't want to fight the law. So I go to jail.
And then they took all his stuff and put him in prison.
Mind you, that Flynn has the brass ring, which we later found out, well, earlier in, we were using to track the ambassador.
Or no, just something
We're tracking something.
that was connected to the brass ring. And you had some, I think, just your spells. And
Yeah, just my spells. So a lot of my stuff was
very,
gone.
Very supportive and things like that.
So
and-
all that was gone.
And Jeffrey, the guardsman at the time, he's like, I forgot what happened. Did you just convince him that his job sucked and to break you out of prison?
Yeah, I was just like, look, a lot of people are going to be in danger and going to be hurt if you don't let me out of here, so please. And then we figured out that this lady, Venora, was kind of in charge of it. So she came and attacked the tavern came to talk and shot Burning Whisper.
Was that in that episode?
Yeah, it was not episode 4, but it was in... Oh, we missed quite a few details in episode 4, actually.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead of yourself.
Well, you were. You went down.
No. No, what happened is at the tavern, Sylph's tavern, and we walk outside because Venora, this pro-assassin, wants to talk to Q because she's intimidated by him with his pure massive size and strength. Don't forget that part. And I walk out there as well to assist, and everyone's just trash talking me. She takes off. I'm like, why are you letting her run away, Q? I was like, that's it. And I just dash after her.
Everyone else was like, should we follow? They sat there for like a few minutes, like, should we follow him? And then they followed him a little bit afterwards. But he was chasing down Venora like none other.
I was literally jumping on buildings, freaking Assassin's Creed style. And she drops one story below me. I jump over, and midair,
Shoots him
straight in the chest.
straight in the chest with a poisoned arrow.
Sneak attack as well, with the most poisonous poison you could take, which was like 12d6.
It was a lot of damage.
12d6 with sneak attack.
So Burning Whisper died right there.
I did die, actually.
But by the grace of God, he was brought back to life.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there, of if there's going to be a repayment of any kind or something.
Yeah, David was like, oh shoot, I forgot. Sneak attack. Oh shoot, I forgot. That's 6d6, my bad.
Oh, I forgot.
Wait, that's
It's also
12d6.
double.
And it's double because it's a nat 20. I was like, what the frick?
And Burning Whisper was level 3.
I was level 3. And anyways, David was like, okay, Q, go save Burning Whisper. And so
They
he did.
saved him, healed him, and he now has trauma from dying.
Yeah, I have mental. We were like, let's go find some more information. And I wanted anti-poison potions.
The whole time he's like, I want anti-poison. I want
Never
anti-poison.
dig again is what I'm trying to do.
So we go into like the black market, the underground, because Q Skeevy got a job at the
Well, first off, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brian Whisper. Q Skeevy got a job at the blacksmith
as a part-time blacksmither.
Yeah, to help make some weapons to make some money because none of us really have a job.
And he learned then, like, man, I could just make my own armor and
Make my own
so
stuff.
much money.
So he started doing that, but he also figured out that the place where he's working at has a shipment of some violet extract coming in.
Which is code name for the
Purple worm poison.
purple one. That's what it was called. That was the stuff I got. I didn't even get hit with that stuff. I
No,
got
that's
hit with the green
Wyvern blood.
Wyvern blood. Or something like that. Wyvern extractors.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was 66 instead of 12d6 with this purple worm blood. Poison venom. But we learned, or actually what happened? No. Yes. We go back there.
The place was like a bloody mess. Oh no, it was empty. And so we go into like the underground because there was an entrance for the black market.
There was a different entrance. And that Jeffrey.
That's right.
Jeffrey is following us around now because
Jeffrey, our favorite guard,
quit his job and became a criminal with us.
Yeah, we love Jeffrey.
And then he's like, I know where to go. And so we follow him to the Underdark, or the
Black market.
black market. And then there's like, what are they? Like shark? What were the creatures?
Boulettes. They were land sharks.
Land sharks that tunneled around. We fought a couple and got to the black market.
Mind you, Flynn didn't have his sword or his dagger or his spell book.
Yeah.
So he was at a very low point. So the whole time I was just
Doing
not
nothing.
casting any spells. But Burning Whisper was also on the same hand there.
Yes. So right when we got attacked by these boulettes, Jeffrey flipped sides, and it was actually Venora the entire time.
No, that was later down the
That
line.
was, no.
No, because there were like 3 different attacks from the Boulettes.
Okay. No. Yes.
Because
You're
Jeffrey
right.
got a nat 20 on killing one of them.
That's right. The first attack, I was just like terrified because I just almost died, and I was like reflecting, like, do I really want to keep going? Am I going to just die for this or something?
So Flynn and Burning Whisper cower in the corner.
We were cowarding that fight, and bullet fight because we rolled bad in stealth, and that's when Jeffrey turned and stabbed me in the back.
Not there yet either.
No, what?
It was later down the line.
No.
So there were the first time we failed our stealth check and got attacked a second time. Then we made it into the black market. Jeffrey the whole time was like, I want to buy new arrows.
That's
I want to buy
right.
this.
No way.
So it was way later down the line.
That's right. Yeah.
So we got into the black market. You tried finding anti-poison stuff. And then everyone talks with some dude about like what Venora's plan is or something.
Which we discovered was to kill the
The
ambassador that was coming in town after they killed the mayor. So we figured out that. Oh, not yet, actually.
Yeah, no, we didn't figure out anything. We just knew that she wanted to kill the ambassador.
That's about it. And then we got out of there. Is that what?
And then
Yeah.
we got like cornered by boulettes, but also some thugs.
Yes.
Oh, we ran into the Venora on the way out.
Yes.
It was an illusion.
That's right. That's what I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah.
Venora, as an illusion,
Showed up. Like, oh, hi, I have the poison now.
Yeah, which was weird because can illusions speak?
No, I don't think she didn't speak.
She did.
I went back and watched it.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, she didn't speak, but she just pointed, and they were like, oh, she points to her crossbow,
I swear she says.
which is coated with the purple poison.
Yeah, we saw the purple poison now. And then.
The part that we were really excited about, Jeffrey betrays us.
Oh, I was so sad. I was like, wait, why did Jeffrey stab me? And I look at Jeffrey in despair, and it's just Venora.
It's Venora.
I was like, oh, I'm killing you right now.
That invoked rage for both of us, and we went past our hurdles.
We were about to, like, take her down and do something, and then she got away. And then there was a thing of thugs and boulettes that
so I
attacked,
threatened to
that saved her.
cave down the tunnel. I'm like, all of you leave, or this tunnel is coming down.
Yes.
So we got out of there, and then we found the blacksmith shop in blood.
Yeah, it was literally a bloody mess, and that's the guy I talked to about swords and flexed my black sword on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then figured out that he was a black market salesman, and his black market little thing he had was his little underground cellar for black market materials was raided.
Yeah.
And the violet extract was gone, and everyone was dead. And then we figured out that there were, because that's where we came out of.
Yeah, we came out of there.
That's the exit.
And
of
there
the
were
black
12
market.
guards in there.
And then
too.
guards showed up at the same time, and we're like, "Listen, we'll
can
help
do
you."
this.
And they're like, "Oh, okay."
We also found out from the black market dude that the lady mayor is somehow a part of the assassination plan. That she couldn't be trusted.
Yes.
And that was another thing, that there was a guard there that was searching for me.
It was we were there, and Q was like, "All right, here's all the criminals," even though he's like practically a criminal. He's a lawful criminal, I guess. And he, the captain of the guards came up. He's like, "Don't worry, here's all your stuff back, Flynn. And I like you, Q. And we're actually
we're the good guys here.
We actually know about this whole plot because there's a lot of two-faced guards around here that listen either to me or to the mayor." And then we're like, "Okay."
That's right. And then, because we went to the other guard station.
Yeah, we went to another guard
and we
station.
Stopped them, tied them up, and went down another
tunnel. Actually, before that, that's when we got a letter or something about the little girl, Sylph's little sister.
Yeah.
Got kidnapped. And it's like, if you want her to live, I forgot exactly what happened.
It was like, if you want her to live, go
just
so-and-so.
Just back off.
Yeah, like back off. So we tracked it down to the guards.
Yes.
Interrogated the guards.
We found a blood trail to this guard station and down into this underground
like bunker.
What is it called? A hatch?
Yeah, like a hatch.
We saw blood go into this hatch, and then we questioned the guards, and then they tried to fight us, and that's where me and Q like threatened for their lives, which is kind of weird because Q does.
Yeah, he kind of
Q was going through like puberty through these last few sessions.
His character was changing, developing in different ways.
I don't know what I'm doing. It was awesome, and then so we took him for hostage, went downstairs, and I forgot something happened down there, and nothing happened.
Nothing
happened down there, but we walked through, come out to this next guard post.
The manor.
What?
Was it the manor?
No, it was just another guard post that we got up there, and we tied them all up as well, and figured out, oh, they're at the manor or something like that. And so we're like, well, we're going to meet the mayor now, the new mayor.
Yeah. And so Q Skeevy and Burning Whisper go into the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because me and Duger stayed outside.
That's right.
And then we went in later. Because you guys went in to go talk to the mayor. Yep. And then me and Duger pretended to be wine connoisseurs.
No, Duger had a fun idea before that.
Yeah, we used his little magic box to try to detect stuff.
Well, he also shot Finn up to one of the windows once me and Q got inside and we were talking to the secretary, trying to talk to the mayor, the new mayor. And then we're like, okay, and just kind of ignored the monkey. And then and then me and Q were about to go. We were waiting for a while, and then I acted all faint because it was too hot or something. I was like, I need somewhere cold in the cellars or something, because I think Finn just told me.
He's like, hey, they're in the cellars.
In the cellars, because that's where they found some the small cries of the little girl.
Yeah. And then that's when we were like, okay, we also got to try to help. So Flynn decided to be very pompous and go in as a wine connoisseur. Yes. And Duger helped him. And so they walk in and was like, we're here to put in the new wine collection.
You're like, we're friends of the king, and then we must taste the wine and take all the wine that I brought.
And put it in the cellar. But I must know that it's a good place to put my wine in the cellar. And the mayor's dead. I'm like, how could he be dead? Why didn't he tell me that he was dead? How rude of him. It was, but it worked.
It was so awesome.
So we got into the wine cellar. We were on totally opposite sides of the wine cellar.
Different sections of wine cellars.
And so they locked him away.
There was also, the guard station was stuck next to the wine cellars.
Yeah.
And Eli found a little secret storage for all these expensive things. And I forgot how I learned about that. I think
I had Finn use as communication.
Yes. It was Finn somehow. And so once I got into that cellar with Q, he was waiting there with me, and I found this vent that went straight into that expensive room somehow. And I got in there, went back, told Q about it, went back into the expensive room, and then I tried to break out the girl because the girl was there.
Yeah, she was there, and there was this room where there were certain tiles that you couldn't push on.
And I was too terrified of the bookshelf walls to climb across.
Yes, because every time you touched them, there was just fear.
I failed my my wisdom save for it. I was like, no, this would have been so easy. And then it took me a couple minutes, and I figured out the pattern to get across.
Yeah, so he gets in there, then
gets the girl.
But then the guards came in.
No, they didn't come in. I got the girl back up in the vent and gave her to Q. I think he put her in his bag of holding.
Yeah, I think he like stashed her, hid her away in his
under his backpack in the cloak, and snuck her out of the castle. He got let out, or he broke out. Once I started making noise by pounding on the back side of the doors, like,
me and guards also escaped, so he was the only one left in the building.
Yes. And so I was like, guards, let me out. I got stuck in here. And they're like, why are you in here? I was like, just let me out. And they opened the door, and there's about 20 guards. I'm like,
Oh.
Kick the door shut. Do the code to get across. And then there's 15 guards in this room trying to figure out this code they don't know. And I was just like, watch this. So I hit the button. Big whirl that would, if you hit the wrong buttons, they would get blown back to the beginning. And so I hit it. All the guards get knocked over. Jump over. Make the deck save. Run through the cellar. Break all the wine case keg tops and let the place on fire.
Yeah. The manor started to slowly burn.
It was awesome.
And on the way out, he was confused if he saw Venora. It was just the wine fumes confusing his mind. Because at the exit door,
Venora was just standing.
There was just an illusion of her there.
And after a small heart attack, I was like, oh, there's fumes going through her brain. I run out the front door.
Yeah.
Nobody remembered that it was me. And I got out of there.
Yeah.
Clean and we got the little girl.
Yep. We got the ring back, and we figured out that the ambassador is coming in that day.
Yes, we got a couple extra little items. There is one.
I got a scroll of magic.
Teleportation.
Yeah, teleportation.
I also got a box that held the silver sword that was
the silver sword that we haven't used yet.
We haven't found it. Or, no, you have.
Yes.
But you got the box when there was something that happened after. And, Duger touched it and got a
whole
flashback vision of, like, this century of history of this sword and box. And he's like, we're remaking it. And then we figured out that there was going to be a ball. No. After that, the ambassador.
The ambassador shows up, so we try to slow him down.
Yes.
So I take the ship to try to cut him off, but Venora knows too well.
Yeah, Flynn's by himself, by the way, while everyone else is waiting on the shoreline.
He's like, oh, I'll go on the ship to stop him.
Not our smartest game plan.
Ding nuts, again. I'm like, hey, you guys stay on the shore and look out for her if she's there. I'll take the ship and see if she might take a ship or something, and then we'll cover our bases, right?
Yep.
Wrong.
And then Flynn makes his way to the ambassador, did some magic sending messages and told him to go to a different spot. And as they pulled up closer to talk,
lo and behold, Venora sneaks out from the hold of my ship, snipes the guy, jumps off the ship, and flies away on a dragon.
And as the ambassador got sniped, he was falling off the ship. And then you vortex whipped him?
Yeah, so I had to pick either pick him up and save him or chase after Venora. So I saved him even though he got shot and died.
Yeah. And then he didn't die.
Hooray!
He was wearing armor that...
And anti-poison stuff.
Anti-poison armor. And then they're like, okay, well, that was cool. You want to talk on the shore now? We're like, yeah.
Mind you, on session 8, we didn't say what sessions we were on. We just kept going. But that was session 8.
Yes.
And now we're on session 9, where the ambassador is like, I was expecting her to, get me on the shore. I'm like, well, that's my fault. I kind of was predictable.
Yeah. And then we get him on the shore, and he kind of is like, yeah, I kind of know about everything already, and we're going to go storm the castle now. Okay, we'll help you. And there was a little ball for the entrance of the visitation of the ambassador.
And so like we gotta get ready for this. We also took a little bit of time.
That's right. We got suits.
Yeah, we got suits. We got dressed up for it. We also took some time to figure out Venora's plan,
Yeah.
which we figured out was she was trying to destabilize not just the island, but like the country in itself.
Exactly.
Because Mr. B, which we found out is the ambassador, which the ring also belongs to, so all of that came round.
Yep.
He hires Sylph to go find treasures and all this stuff. So if he's framed for this while connected to Sylph, then it's bad on him and it causes a whole destabilization. And so that was kind of like the plan.
Something like that. And then, so we're going to this ball. We listen. We're just kind of hanging out while Mr. B is like partying up like an animal.
Straight animal.
Straight bachelor, man.
He's standing on tables doing like shows of magic and stuff. And we're like, Mr. B,
Absolutely.
you are about to be
Oh.
assassinated. Why are you like this?
So he was just having a grand old time.
He didn't care that it was his last day.
And then
Then it got spicy.
it got heated.
Because he had a
it's-
conversation with the lady mayor about something. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
He had a conversation with her about the law and things. It was like, hello?
And he kind of figured out, yeah, you're kind of corrupt and you're working for Venora. And she's like, yeah, well, we're going to kill you now. But right as that was going on, Burning Whisper and Flynn was just dancing, and Venora shows up and is dancing with Flynn. And I'm just standing there, and I see Flynn talking or dancing with this chick. It's like, okay, cool. And then
I send an SOS with my lights. I'm like, hey, pay attention to me. And he could see in my face that I was not having fun. He's like, this is it.
I was like, this is Venora. This is her. I forgot how I figured it out. I was like, that's Venora. And I was like, I kind of gave him the nod, and I started walking kind of closer.
So I start bringing our dance conversation towards Burning Whisper. I belittled her as much as I could.
It was so awesome. It was a mental battle, and she lost every single one.
Every single time, I'm like, hey, let's go this way. I led her towards Burning Whisper. I told her that we really don't care about this little cat and mouse game, that she's just trying to be like Gabriel, and that, it's better to be your own woman, right? And she's like, no, I want to be like Gabriel. But we just destroyed her. Then I spin her to Burning Whisper.
I caught her all right, and I held on tight.
Oh, yeah.
And then Flynn released the trap, and then poof, we had a wall of water around us. I had her grappled. Eli was on the back for advantage, and then all hell broke loose. And Q and
Quite
Skeevy
literally.
and Dougal just start fighting all the guards in the back against the mayor.
Yeah, they were fighting all of these guards, and they were getting hammered. They were getting attacked and
Mr.
damaged.
B was getting beat up, and all the civilians ran out. By the way,
Yeah, they were all out. And then it was just me, Burning Whisper, and Venora in there. She couldn't go anywhere. She tries to escape his grapple. I make it so she couldn't. And then we just pounded her.
I used one hand to hold her, and then the other hand I just start slashing with her, just stabbing her. And that happened for like 3 rounds?
It was like 3 to 4 rounds.
3 to 4 rounds until Eli's like, okay, I need to help the other guys. So he teleported.
I teleported Mr. B.
Mr. B as the advantage holder for me. And she figures out, oh, I could just walk through the water wall. And then she tries to escape. And I was just like,
No.
you ain't running nowhere. And I, as an opportunity attack, I just sliced her leg off.
It breaks the concentration that she had
Yep.
on the Lady Mayor. So
Yep.
the Lady Mayor is now, I was being mind controlled.
Yep.
So the fight stops right after we beat her. And she's like, I'm so sorry for everything that's happened. Q Skeevy puts the leg back on Venora.
Yeah, Venora was passed out, and Q yelled at me.
Beat him up.
He tried to hit me twice. He hit me once.
Yeah,
I allowed it, and I just stormed out of there because I really wanted to kill
Venora.
And then he saved her leg, I guess.
He
Hopefully.
tried to save her leg, but we just stabilized her, and we gave her amputated
Or Mr. B pulled out this
prosthetic limb.
it wasn't a prosthetic limb. It was like this wrap to hopefully mend her
Yeah.
back on.
So she still has a leg.
And then they healed her, just HP points, and she woke up and
Interrogated her a
Q
little bit.
interrogated her a little bit, and it's weird. He tried to kind of correct her and give her a second chance.
Flynn went to go find Burning Whisper after the whole thing. Like, hey.
Yeah, we wanted to get.
He's like, hey, look, cool, you cut her leg off and everything. I'll talk to you about that later. But, like, hey, you're still needed. Like, come back up here. Things aren't done yet. But I couldn't find Burning Whisper.
Yeah, I went into that little bush from the beginning. I hid in with Sylph. And then...
Sylph's, like, adoptive sister came out and talked to you. It's like, you're here in my eyes.
I was like, yeah, sometimes. It was all sad.
It was very sad.
It was so sad. And then I believe that's where we left off.
Yeah, that right out there. We stopped Venora. We did all that stuff. You're like, okay, Mr. B has some more information for us.
Yes.
And we said, we're tired, we're bloodied, we're beaten. So we just needed time to heal and to rest.
It was 2 days of constant running around. We used all of our spell slots, all of our features, all of our trades, all of our everything. But then we did it. It was worth it. Because David wanted her to be a reoccurring villain. I was like, baby. No! I was so happy about that. So we got to figure out what's going to happen to Venora. We got to figure out what's going on with Mr. B. And we got to figure out what's going on with our characters. Because
there's some growth coming up, I think.
Man, Burning Whisper is kind of lost with Q and kind of gained some trust in Flynn, and Duger's just Duger. Like
Flynn's trying to build a relation with Burning Whisper, but he also is questioning the others or what to do next. So yeah, tune in for the next episode that will be coming out here shortly. So yeah, listen to this recap so you can catch right back up and get back on the train. But thanks for listening to this short little episode here.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.